Silent Plebs, we're really out here with another deck profile from the UK Nationals 2016. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Robert Gron. I'm a top 64 at the Nationals here today, and I was playing Odd Eyes Magician. No, Odd Eyes Magician, sorry, Odd Eyes Dracopals in the main event. And I probably could have gone higher if I didn't misplay in my last round, but should I say my games or?
Sure, like whatever you want.
The games I played today were probably, not probably, actually. The games I played yesterday were Burning Abyss, 2 Domain Monarch, 1 Extra Deck Monarch, 1 Clear Demise, 1 Cosmo, so that's 7, and the weird thing I dueled on stream, so I'm just going to call that anti-meta. I went EXO on day 1. Day 2, sadly, I just kept on getting double striked in all the way through. Game 3, the guy, and on round 10, the guy had MST to actually Cosmo FTK me, because day 2 was Cosmo, Pendulum Mirror, and then Cosmo again. And my top 64 matchup was Burning Abyss again.
Nice, cool. So let's see your list then.
So first on the list is 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I find 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon to be one of the best cards in the deck because it can unbrick your deck very easily. Just being able to activate it and then search a monkey board at the end phase can really help you. And I just find this card to be a very good card. Plus, being a double damage beat stick can actually win you the game very easily. This did come in handy very often, and I did win most of my games with it. Next is 3 Performance Power Pendulum Sorcerer, just standard for any Dracopal deck, so yeah, just 3 of that. I played 2 Odd Eyes Unicorn because just being able to combo it with Odd Eyes itself is just really broken, because I think the most damage I dealt with this in the entire tournament was maybe 6k or maybe 7, I'm not too sure on that, but I can deal massive amounts of damage just because of this one card, so this card is very broken. I played 2 Lizard Draw and 1 Geeturtle because I thought I played this ratio because I found that Pot of Greed was very good, but I only see this very often, and I would only want to search out these 2 cards. And if I open this early game, then I can just get a free +1 if I can't actually get the Pot of Greed. I played 1 Skull Crobat Joker, no need for that, no need for explanation. 1 Monkey Board, no need for explanation really. 1 Silver Claw because I found that just putting in the scale and an additional attack boost is always really good. And plus when it attacks, it gives all performance powers extra damage, which actually did win me a game. And I run 1 Odd Eyes Light Phoenix because Sky Iris is a broken card. Those are the performer powers. For the Draco engine, I ran 1 Luster Pendulum, 2 Master Pendulum, Lecter, and a Vector Pendulum. I run this ratio because I found that with face-off at only 1 now, you don't really need to run more than 2 of this, because it doesn't really see much play. And also, I usually ended up siding out 1 of these regardless in game 2, and still ended up winning when I did. That's the Draco engine. I played 2 Magispector Kirin because this is literally one of the best pendulum cards ever made, obviously, and it's just a great card to do. Just being able to compulse any pendulum monster, and being able to just do a Joker loop can actually really win you games. So this is actually a really broken card because you can just get carry-on searches and you can just recycle your resources very easily. That's that. 2 Eccentric Archfiend because MST is a great card. So just run, and also because this is a high scale and I can summon Kirin with it and stuff, so yeah, that's really that. Next, 1 Noble Dragon Magician. The reason I run Noble Dragon Magician mainly was because if you control Odd Eyes, you can summon this card from your hand or your graveyard and just make it Odd Eyes level 4, then Synchro summon instantly into any Dragon Synchro monster. And just being able to make something like a Meteor Burst or a Clear Wing Synchro Dragon can be actually win you games, and it actually did win me a Monarch, one of my Monarch matchups, and it won me a BA matchup with the Meteor Burst. And finally for monsters, 3 Max Z because this hand trap is literally broken as hell. onto spells. Free Sky Iris because it's a broken card, no really need for explanation on that. 2 MST because Twin Twister is a bad card in this deck because you never want to discard your resources. 1 Odd Eyes Fusion because when your opponent has 2 monsters, you can just literally activate it and go, oh, I have now a free Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. And this won me quite a few games. 1 Face Off because of the Draco engine. And 1 Raigeki because of board clearing and dwellering against BA is amazing. So that was the spells. For trap cards, I ran 2 Solemn Strike and a Warning. My Solemn Brigade. Yeah, just standard things here, really. And 1 Bottomless Trap Hole because it's a good card, I guess. Do you want me to do extra deck or side deck first?
Just whatever.
I guess I'll go with extra deck then. For extra deck, I played 1 Rafflesia because of the Bottomless, and just being able to Bottomless a Cosmo Dark Destroyer using Rafflesia or something is really good. And also, this won me a Monarch Get matchup because I was able to summon a Kieran and this, so he had to either tribute the Kieran or this with a Stormforth, and he decided to tribute this, and then I was just able to win after that because it was against an extra deck Monarch game, and he gave me like 7 cards regardless, so I had all the resources I required to win, and this just helped me win the game. 1 Abyss Dweller. Played this against my top 64 match. Great card. I used it and again in my top 64 match, and I actually had the Raigeki, so I just cleared a whole board of like 3 Dante and a Skarm with just this 1 card, which was really broken. 1 Dagusta Emerald because recycling your extra deck cards and your main deck cards can be really good, and just getting that 3+ can be really helpful. 1 Draco, 1 Magister Paladin because just being able to summon this and search any pendulum can be really broken, and I run 1 because of I find the extra space is really tight, so I find 1 to be the best number. Next, 1 Diamond Direwolf for those problematic back row you don't want to deal with. 1 Castel, put stuff back into deck. 2 Absolute Dragon. I run 2 Absolute Dragon because I want 1 to be a target for the Odd Eyes Fusion, and the other in case I ever need to actually summon it so I can actually win the duel. It didn't come up today, but in testing this actually did work very well, so I found that this card was a very good card to use too. 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon because Odd Eyes Fusion, obviously. 1 Titanic Hope Dragon Galaxy, or whoever it is. I summoned this once, and the game I summoned it, I won instantly, so yeah, really good card. 1 Meteor Burst because it's just a broken card in general. Just being able to attack your opponent and then not being able to get, say, a Dark Destroyer effect, a BA effect, or anything like that can really cripple their deck. 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon because it can negate Monarch effects, it can negate Big Ship effects, it can negate all the 2 best decks of the format, really, and I think it's a really great card because of that. 1 Ignista because Draco powers, you have to run it. 1 Dynasta because I find not enough extra deck space is really hard to do, and I only really I summoned it like a few times, and one of the games I summoned it, I actually was able to Vector Dynasta lock a Clifford Demise player, my 1 Clifford Demise player. So I just had this on board with the Vector and Scale, and they really couldn't do nothing. So I just won the game in time because he couldn't literally do nothing in the game at all. So yeah, and the 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon because it's just a really broken card. It's basically infinity on crack, I would say, because just when you're summoned, you could compulse any monster to the hand that's in attack position, and being able to recycle your resources is very good because whenever I used it, I usually had like Odd Eyes Phoenix in extra deck. And what I mainly want this card to be is in the main deck, so using Vortex to shuffle it back really does help. So that's the extra deck. My side deck was 1 Fog King, never saw it once, nothing really to say. 2 Flying Sea for BAs, didn't see them sadly. 1 Soul Drain, saw it against my first BA matchup, won the game because of it. He actually Dark Lord Majesty Fiend me in game 2 and just Dark Lord me game 2, and I ended up 2-0ing him, which was pretty good. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because it's a good card against Cosmo if it's the Fire King Island build, and it's also a great card to use against actual BA in itself as well, so it's just a good card for that. 2 Masker Restrict because Monarchs, you have to run this card nowadays. 2 Strap Stun, which I used in the feature match that I had. I mainly run this because of half the decks in the format now are all Demise. So I find that having Trap Stun as an actual side deck option can stop the Demise player and just cut him off, so I can just go ham and win. It came up in the feature match and against the actual Clee Demise player I played in the main tournament. 2 Chaos Trap Hole because most of the decks around in the format right now are based around light and dark monsters, so really good card regardless. And finally, free Imperial Iron Wall because Cosmo are just annoying as hell and I want to always stop their stuff. So yeah, that's the deck profile.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So any notable shout outs or comments you want to make?
Shout out to the Brotherhood, shout out to Play Nation Games, shout out to Bexley, shout out to Luke both from Bexley Heath, shout out to Josh Ures, shout out to my YouTube channel Robert Bat One Duelist, and shout out to Catherine Smith and James Flambert. Anyone else? I guess TJ Robson. Oh, and Ryan Dulhealy, I think his last name is, for lending me a Sky Iris so I could actually play in the tournament. So yeah, that's it.
Cool, thanks. Congratulations on your top.
Thank you.
And good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Come, face me. Give in to your pride. Show me your greatness.